What's going on, everybody? It's your man, B Swift. Welcome to this week's episode of B Swift's Guys Guide. Now, this week, it's all about the Hot 100.9 Creator Summit. Now, we had our morning show, The Morning Hustle with Alton, with L'Oreal, and with Kyle Santillan pull up. And this is when we got a chance to sit down with some up-and-coming creators and give them some game on what they could be looking into, looking forward to as they are taking over the creator space. So sit down, take a look, and learn some things for yourself. Again, this is B Swift's Guys Guide, powered by Eskenazi Health. What's going on, everybody? It is B Swift. We want to welcome you out to the Morning Hustles Creator Summit. I am B Swift, and I am here with my wonderful team from the morning show. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves real quick, starting with the young lady on my right.
Hi, everybody. I'm L'Oreal, starring L'Oreal to be exact.
What up, y'all? Kyle Santillan, Instagram at Radio King Kyle.
Alton Walker, out at Alton Walker Show. Alton Walker Show is my
This is the Morning Hustle. You can check them out every day from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Hot 100.9. I am B Swift. I am on from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And before we go any further, I would like to congratulate us as a whole as we have become the #1 radio station in the market, 18 to 49.
Come on! Let's go!
We found the numbers out yesterday, so I'm excited about that, which made it wonderful when you guys came in town, which shows the work we've been putting in from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., right? Like all day, all night. So today's summit, we are here to talk to some creators. We do radio. We all know that radio is a thing that'll be around, right? But as we grow, we see creators becoming the new radio personalities, the new podcasters, the new bloggers, and we're just gonna have some conversations about some of the things we see in our lives, plus some questions that they've asked us. So I'm gonna just kick it straight off with a question from Michaela, right? And I think this is a good one. How did each one of you get your start in radio, and when did you actually realize that this could be a career for you?
We're going to let the OG go first.
OG?
He's been the longest.
You want me to go first?
You've been the longest in radio.
Yeah, for me, who is Michaela? You said it was Michaela asked the question? This is your question? How you doing? Good. So to answer your question, for me, it came from when I was in college, and it came time for me to get my internship. And I got my internship at the radio station that was local for that region. And when I got in the building, I just knew, like, when I got in there, I was like, oh, they're not getting rid of me. You know what I mean? So it was like 20 people that came in as interns, and everybody's goal was, by the end of the internship, prove yourself enough to try to get on payroll. One way or another. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to get an internship, you get sent back to the streets. You wanted to get an internship, and you wanted it to lead to something. So for me, that's how I got my start. I got my internship. You know what I'm saying? While I was in the building, I did what I was supposed to do, but I also learned everything else that I could learn while I was in the building. So we're giving out T-shirts on the streets. We're putting stickers on cars. But I'm in the production room saying, yo, do you need help recording any commercials? Yo, how do you work this? Yo, how do we do this? What do you, blah, blah, blah. So by the time the end of the summer came, you know what I mean? I just kind of made myself a part of the routine. It's a longer story, but long story short, that fall I ended up getting on payroll, and I turned that internship into a 15-year run at that radio station. So that's my run. Yeah.
I love that you brought up internships because I feel like I did an internship at Sony when I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was like an illegal intern. My cousin worked up there, and I was like, yo, I'm going to come help you. So that made me an intern. Right? Nowadays, you can't do stuff like that. They pay the interns. We didn't get paid nothing. I was paying a change to get down there and get down there as I could. So the same reps that I was an intern for when I was 17 are the same label reps that are bringing us artists to the Morning Hustle show to interview, which is a full circle moment for me. But I never wanted to do radio. I was an artist. So I was signed to DJ Envy when I was like about 20 years old. I dropped out of college to go to New York. He said, we playing your songs on the radio. I said, say less. I went up there, I started working with them, and I thought I was gonna be a rapper. Like, well, I was a rapper, but I thought that was gonna be my permanent career. So I would go do interviews, and they would be so boring. I hated to do interviews. I'm like, these people are asking the same question over and over and over. And so when I got the opportunity to help Angela Yee with her podcast, Lip Service, I started producing, and that was just on some, that's my friend, and I wanna see the podcast do good. So I did start helping her with that. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just know I would run into an artist like, hey, you want to do an interview? Like, just to help my friend. That turned into the people on the show not showing up. So now I'm filling in. And I ended up running into D.L. Hughley. I didn't know him from a can of paint. I got his number. And I was like, yo, you would be a dope guest on Lip Service because they usually have rappers. I've never seen nobody on there like you. So he gave me his number, and that same night I lost my phone. But I had called his phone. So I was going through the numbers. This is how bad. I was like, we got to get him on there. I saw 2 numbers that I got that night. I just was like, it got to be this one. I texted him for a year straight and was like, yo, come on the show. He's like, I'll be there. And like anything would happen with him. I'll be like, condolences, come on the show. You know what I mean? So eventually he hit me one day and was like, I'm in New York. I'm going to come to the show. I said, we always get a bottle. What do you drink? This man told me a $300 bottle of whiskey. I ain't have money like that. I'm transitioning from reality TV. I'm figuring it out. I spent that $300 though, and I figured it out. I'm sitting there praying like we had the camera set up. I'm like, please let this be DL Hughley, because if it's not, we're done. He walks in the door, and he sits down on that couch. The girl didn't show up that day, so I filled in. And he sat on that couch and told me the story that he had a baby outside of his marriage, and the baby died because the boyfriend of the girl beat the baby to death. Viral moment, my first one, went crazy. Skip forward to all of that. I meet Kobe Kolb, who is our boss. He heard the moment, and now I'm on the same network as DL Hughley. We both have syndicated shows, and every time I see him, he shows me the utmost love. But the reason how I got here was from helping other people. Angela wasn't paying me nothing. She wasn't giving me $1. She didn't even ask for my help, to be real. That was just me putting my foot in to know that I would want somebody to help me and do that for me. So it ended up me being selfless, got me opportunities in order to be where I am in this position. And now I can ask questions to those artists that are not boring. They might get me canceled sometimes every other day and called the bully or this or that. But I'd rather that and have an exciting interview, than be bored. I wanted to change that a little bit.
Yeah, well, mine started way back in Let me stop. No, I have a degree in mass communication, so I was going to go as a nurse, though. I ain't going to lie. I was going to try to be a nurse, but that wasn't going to work. But I got into mass comm.
Did y'all imagine him coming in the room to be your nurse?
Y'all would have.
It's crazy.
All y'all be dead.
Crazy.
I promise you.
Facts.
But my dad was in radio. My uncle was in radio. I didn't see myself doing radio, but I did go to school for mass communication, and he was talking about his internship. I didn't take mine serious. I didn't take mine serious. I used to go and play around, didn't do the street. I don't know what I was doing, but I was funny. And so my supervisor at the time, she was like, I passed, because back then, to graduate, you had to have an internship before you can even graduate as a mass communication major. So she ended up passing me, and she told me, because I just like you funny, and you're talented. But then I got into stand-up comedy, just kind of fast forward, and I got into stand-up comedy, and I was like, well, I'm doing stand-up. Kind of forgot about radio. I was in and off, on and off radio, here and there, doing little bits here. I had a few shows here in different cities. I had a show called Radio Revival because I was really into the gospel at the time. But then I just got into stand-up, and it's like, man, bump radio, because I was working at Kiss 104 in Atlanta. And the lady, I was doing content there, and she asked me, it was an opening to be a producer. But she was asking me, she was like, Alton, you either got to produce or you got to go on the road and do stand-up comedy. And at the time, I was with a dude named Desi Banks. I don't know if y'all know. So I was on the road with Desi Banks. And she's like, you got to choose. Which I think I chose? Desi Banks. I went on that road. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest. I was always scared to put all my eggs in a company. Sometimes you kind of be scared because you just don't know what's going to happen. So at the time, they wasn't paying me. I'm going on the road. And I forgot about radio. I'm like, I'm on the road. We making good money on this road. And then I got I looked at a post that they posted. It was I forgot who it was. It was a dude named Justin Whitehead. He was a comedian. And they posted a video on Morning Hustle. And I looked, I'm like, oh, so they bringing up comedians?
This is when we were rotating the third host.
And I'm like, ain't nobody called me. They like, yo, I know radio. I got a degree. Like, I know radio. So I hit up somebody. I ain't going to say his name. their name, but I hit somebody up. And I was like, yo, are y'all bringing in comedians? He was like, nah, but we are looking for a writer. And I'm like, well, I write. I write for, for Desi and all these other, I can write. And it just happened. They called me up. I did an interview. And what stood out is because of my background in mass communication and that I know production and all that other stuff like that. So, but even then, when I came in, I'm like, man, I'm just going to write and go home. Like, bump this radio. I ain't even on the show. They just got me writing. That's my mentality at the time. But something in me, it was God, because I'm going to tell y'all now, it's not a coincidence. Take every opportunity as if God has put this in front of you. So I just had to look at it, and God was like, dude, you doing all this complaining and all this stuff about, you ain't on the show. Why you, like, I'm like, do you remember what you wrote down on a piece of paper when you was 20-something years old? And I'd never forget, my friend came up to me, I was like, what do you want to do first? What's the first thing you want to do? And I wrote down radio. I was in my 20s. I ain't gonna tell y'all how old I am now. But that was
52.
I'm 41. That was about 20-something years ago that I was like, I might as well. But I'm like, that was 20 years ago. And God was like, yo, I'm putting you in position in something that you've been wanting all this time. What you tripping, And now on a syndicated show over I don't know how many markets.
40 plus.
Yeah, because I'm decided to be present and take every step serious. So that's like a little long story short.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how you say it.
That's all right.
That's a story short long.
Story short, you said
You
it right.
said it right.
You said it right.
But I think that was a story short long.
This is what we
That
have to
went long.
deal with every day.
Because I went longer than I should have went.
He's still learning how to speak.
So all I'm saying is if you listen to all our stories, you can hear that nothing's a coincidence. Everything happened for a reason. Just take every moment serious.
No, that's what it's about. Now,
For
I want to
sure.
ask you this, because we sitting here with creators, and you got a lot of people who are thinking about what's next, right? And when you look at the term radio personalities that people put on us, does someone entering radio today have to be a content creator as well as a personality, or can they just sit back and be a personality?
Hell no.
Nah, they gotta be content creators too. Because we're forced to be content creators too. You know what I mean? Like, being that I have been doing this the longest, I've seen the transition from going to work, doesn't matter what you have on, I can show up for work in my pajamas because nobody's gonna see us, be on the radio and go home. Now every radio station, you got cameras in the room. Now everything, not only are you doing your radio break or your interview, now the clip is going out on social media. It's like all of these other things have been implemented into radio now, so you got to do them all.
And I feel like you could tell the difference between when we came in, like the three of us, because they were in radio a little longer. Like, even if he didn't have his syndicated show, whatever, they were there longer. So that's how, like he said, they came in with their pajamas. I'm coming from the other side, where I'm coming from podcasting. And so every morning I'm coming there with a full face of makeup. My outfit is on, and I come in, I'm looking at them like, y'all don't know that we got cameras?
Yeah.
I'll be like, Alton, you ain't gonna get a haircut yet?
Yep, she do. I just started.
Niggas be off. My face be screwed up because
Yep.
to me, I'm
We
like,
be like, that
y'all
camera
should
gonna
be
get this
content
t-shirt.
ready. Yeah. It be
Long as you get this above, waist above.
I be
bruh.
so disgusted when I walk in the studio. I be
I'm
like,
doing better though. I do better when we have guests, but I am doing better.
But that's the difference. Now you just have to be prepared. Like, if you are the type to film with a bonnet on, I'm not.
Oh, no,
I like to look
yeah,
like
you can't do
something when
that.
I'm on that camera, because that content is gonna live forever. And I don't think people realize that, like, yeah, that bonnet thing might be cool and funny now, but in 20 years, you're gonna be like, I look crazy as hell.
Yeah.
So I always wanna look presentable in a way where if a business was looking at me, they're like, all right, this is the girl I want to hire. This is the girl I want representing my brand. Not the one with the crest in her eye, hair all undone. Like, no. You have to do the content because that's what's going to promote your show. If it wasn't for the content, the money sometimes ain't there for marketing. You wouldn't even have no promotion for your show.
Yeah, and even to add on top of that, because we were talking about the visual aspect, but even the actual functionality of it, like, I'm pretty sure y'all know how to edit and chop your videos down and do voiceovers and all of those kind of things. I learned from radio, but now it's being used in your hand on your phone. It's so crazy to me. Like, I remember when YouTube first came out, and I felt like I was one of the first people putting radio stuff up on YouTube. But now it's common. It's so common. So, yes, all of those things that you're doing, you still have to do it in radio, and they're expecting you to do it on your own. They're not saying, yo, we're gonna film you and then blah, blah, blah. They're saying, all right, yo, did you edit that? Did you put it up yourself? They're expecting you to do it.
They're
So-
not even gonna ask you. If they don't see
Yeah.
you circulating your content, you finna be gone. Like, this is a very tight space. And like I'm blessed to even been able to slide up in there on one of the last, I say, syndicated shows that I've seen in the past couple years. Like, it's a blessing, like you said, that was God. But that was because I had people cutting my clips, I was sending them out, I had to do the work. It wasn't nobody just sending my clips out. No, these were my relationships that I built with bloggers. And I'll be like, yo, I got this clip. TMZ, yo, I got a contact there. I'm like, yo, y'all really gonna want this one. And it feels better when it's exclusive and you're reaching out to them. They might not post it. Don't catch no feelings, because they might post the next one and then you go crazy. You know what I mean? So you gotta just keep trying. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm annoying. I'm like, damn, I'm sending you another clip. You know, but it is what it is. If you're trying to get seen and out there, that's what you gotta do.
Can I say, just turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, development is over. That whole professional development that people it's over. So when he said you have to do everything, you better be doing everything to make you stand out. Because if somebody's looking at, what's your name? Michaela, and what's your name? Alana. So if somebody's looking at you and y'all going for the same position, and I go to your Instagram and you're doing interviews, you out doing, and this on your own platform. This is what you're doing personally. And I see you doing all that. The video editing is dope. I don't know who done it, but I go to yours and you just showing, you trying to, but you in your house, you showing cats and dogs. But I go to your social media and I don't see anything. Who you think I'm picking? And I don't know if you was with a company or whatever. It just looked good on your social media. Yeah. People are going straight to social media now to hire people.
No,
period.
that's facts.
That's your business card.
That's your business.
Yeah.
That's your resume now. When I got this job, I didn't put none of my corporate jobs on my resume. Everything I had on my resume was stuff that I did personally. My own company, my stand-up, what I did in my personal production. Yeah. I had not one company on my resume, and I still got the job. And it was like, well, you're a comedian, you're a writer, but I see you do everything else. You could produce, you could cut this, you could do this. Oh, then I go to your social media. Oh, then on my social media, he saw one of the, matter of fact, that's how I got to talking on air. I came in as a writer. I got this thing on my thing called God Ain't Pleased on my social media, and the producer saw it, and he was like, man, I need a comedian to come in and do a break on Fridays. I'm like, bruh.
That's what I do.
This is what I do. I got something called God Ain't Pleased. Go check it out. He looked at it. Oh, yeah, we doing that every Friday. Well, first I thought it was just one Friday. And then it became every Friday. And then shout out to L'Oreal, because L'Oreal was like, started seeing my energy. She was like, well, he need to get on this break. Right. He need to get on this break. You know what I'm saying? So going back to, you got to do everything in this industry. And you need to show it. Don't hide it. Show it. Put it out on social media. And keep flooding them. You know what I'm saying?
And I will say, with Alton saying that, and I'm glad you brought that up, but the reason why I'm glad he brought that up is because just because you shine a light on somebody else, that don't take the light away from you. So a lot of times in my career, like, people could say whatever, but they will not tell you that I didn't help them. I help everybody, almost to like my own demise, because I'll be trying to pour into everybody else's cup. But I will say it feels good when you see people shining. Like when I see Alton like shining on the show, and people like, yo, I really like Alton, he's my favorite. It make me feel good too, because I know like I had a little part in like making sure he was more on the show. So it's like, you should do that for people. Don't just like look out for yourself, because you never know. One day Alton might be on, and that's not why I did it. I did it because I genuinely thought he was talented. But it might be one day where he's somewhere and be like, yo, you know my homegirl L'Oreal, you know Cal. Like they'll look you out too, or maybe they won't. But at the end of the day, like God, you look out for people, God gonna look out for you.
Yeah. Facts. So I want to ask y'all this, and I'm glad y'all talked about social media and making sure you're on. This comes from Alani, actually.
Who was that?
Right here.
Oh, my bad.
She
You
literally
called out
just
earlier.
told you her
You know I ain't remember her name that quick. My bad.
Said,
This is crazy.
She said
My
radio
bad.
is competing with social media, podcast, streaming, Bluetooth, and now AI. How do you keep the morning hustle relevant when audience have so many choices for content?
By using all of the same things that people think we're competing against. we assimilate into all of those spaces. You know what I mean? You can listen to the Morning Hustle podcast. You know what I mean? You can see the Morning Hustle social media content. Like everything that's viewed as competition, radio has just absorbed itself into. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, and I also, of course, you got to be available on all of the same platforms, but I also feel like it's authenticity.
Yeah, there it is.
Like a big part of the reason why I feel like a lot of people gravitate or the opposite towards me is because I'm genuinely, this is me. And I'm not gonna change just because the comments is like, she's messy, oh, that's Wendy Williams. No, I'm not, I'm L'Oreal. And I'm not about to let y'all write the narrative of who I am. And I'm not gonna lie, you gotta be strong-minded in order to do this because there's been many times, especially as a woman, a black woman, a light-skinned black woman, who they try to attack me, tell me I'm not black, I'm on a black company, my mother's black, I came out of a black poom poom, so what am I? Okay, but when you have a strong voice like this as a woman in this field, you get attacked. And it is tough sometimes. And you do start to feel like, damn, should I change a little bit? Should I be a little bit more? I'm on in the South. I'm from New York. They say my accent's too thick. Should I talk a little more country? Like, somebody actually told me, and it's somebody I respect, and you was at the table,
I heard it.
and we got into it, but she actually told me to change my accent because I'm cosplaying, basically. And I'm like, I'm literally from New York, sis. Like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
But I just genuinely stuck to myself. He stuck to himself. He is who he is. And when people see that through a world of AI, which is fake, through the BBLs, which is fake, through the filters, which is fake, they still want real. Yeah. And I believe that when you're true to yourself, your tribe gonna come find you. And people are gonna recognize the authenticity, and they're gonna want to see more of that because there's so much fake out here.
You got to make a real specific decision about that too. Going back to when I said I was an intern and I used to be in the building and I would watch the people that were in position already, and I would see how they were at work, and then I would see how they were when they were outside. And I literally made a conscious decision, and I said out loud, I'm never gonna do that. I made a conscious, and I stuck to it my entire career. I said the same person I am on the air, as close as I can be. Like, y'all don't need to know, my family bedroom
We be
business.
making him tell everything we can.
As close as I can be, the same person I am on the air is the same person I am when we walk through these hallways or we're in the street. And I stick to that to this day, for sure.
But look, y'all are three different individuals with three different personalities. How do y'all figure out when it's time to sit at the table every morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock, who's bringing what? Who is going to control what? Who's going to lead what?
Everybody has their segments.
Yeah, I feel like that already is put into place for us. Like, some of y'all know I've been with the Morning Hustle the longest, 6 years, and I've had the lowdown through all 6 years. I used to have Who's Capping. There was another person on the former version of Morning Hustle that had a problem with me having so many segments. And that's what I mean when you're not a team. It actually made him lose because now our numbers drop because people are looking for that. It's not cool to hate on the next person in your team. If y'all sit down and come to an agreement of that we all want to win, then you should all figure out what your role is and what your place is in that situation, in that show. My same role on this show is not my same role on Lip Service. It was not my same role on Bully and the Beast. You gotta switch up sometimes. Kyle is the leader. He is the one that's gonna crack the mic. I have a very dominant voice. He's the funny guy. Even though I'm funny, we could spar back and forth. Right. But sometimes I got to step back because I know Alton is the comedian. Sometimes he like, L'Oreal got this. Kyle sometimes just let us go because it's going to be me and him all the time going head to head. It's like you got to read the room and not just think about yourself. Like a lot of people, they say that there's no I in team and all that. It's really not. It's really not. You're a part of that team, but y'all gotta move together because if one of them tires come off the car don't move.
The biggest thing too, I think, the word she said most important is roles. You know what I mean? Because everybody does have a part to play. It's just like anything else. Like if you're doing a TV show or a movie, every actor has a role, whatever the case may be. But also because we do things spontaneously, it's situational awareness. You know what I mean? Like you have to be aware, like, oh, in this moment, something special is happening. Let it ride.
Yeah.
Or you also have to be aware of, all right, this is going kind of long. It's time to wrap this Time to wrap this up. You know what I mean? Like, so situational awareness, roles, and the fact that everybody does have their individual segments as well.
Yeah, and like I said, we've been around understanding each other. Like I said, I know I'm supposed to be the comedian, but sometimes I get them to oop. I'm like, take it. And I just laugh because even as a comedian, you need to understand comedy. Yeah, I may have had a punchline right here, but L'Oreal may say something. I'm like, scratch that punchline. Yeah. We gonna stay on this. Or Kyle may have a moment, and I'll be like, well, I was gonna do this, but nah, this is dope.
No, one thing I like to do, especially if you know the other personalities in the room, is sometimes you'll just be the
baiting.
I poke the bear.
Oh yeah, we know how to bait too.
I poke the bear. Like I'm like, word, that's what you think? That sounds.
He getting me
that
hot.
sounds stupid.
Sometimes he know how to get me hot.
But you got to know your team. Where like you know, like if I say
troll.
this gonna sound good on radio, and it's gonna call something, and it's gonna be dope. So
or you know how they're gonna respond. So
you already know.
You just trolling. Like I love trolling. Trolling's fun.
But that's how you know you're in sync. And I never had that before with this show. Like I've had other people that I had to work alongside, and we truly didn't like each other. And on air, people would be like, "Y'all sound so good," and I'm like, I hate him. You know what I mean? But like, when it comes to this, don't get it twisted though. You're gonna have your days. It's kind of like family.
Oh,
You're gonna have your days when you,
True.
I just argue with Kyle.
Yeah.
But I love them. Like these is, I ain't never called nobody my brothers that I worked with in radio until them. You know what I mean? So it does feel better when you have that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Camaraderie.
That wasn't the word, but that'll work.
Yeah. Because we ain't, like I said, we not chemistry. And like we're not in competition with, it's like, why would we be in competition with each other on the same show?
Right.
Yeah. It's like, why would we do that? You know what I'm saying?
But I will say though, because at one point that was the climate of the show, I'm gonna say truthfully, that was my mentality. Like, I don't care about nobody but myself. But that was because what I was taught. I had to unlearn. You got to learn and unlearn things, and you got to be able to check yourself. And I always feel like, because we have a coach as well, and I always, even though like the coach sometimes will say things, or I might hit him on the side, that might make me a little upset in the moment. Sometimes you got to sit back and like, these people have been doing this a long time for a reason. Or even the people that have been there for a long time. How did this girl get in the door when there's so many people trying to get in the door? Maybe there's something I could learn from her. So don't ever stop absorbing things and learning knowledge from the people that you see around you that have that job for that 20 years or that has been consistently getting higher. There's something that you can learn from each other.
Who was at the fair yesterday? So I'm going to show you what we talking about. Like, so you remember it was at a point when I was on stage. I got back on stage and I was up there by myself, right? I hit them up immediately like, no. Come up. It was one time L'Oreal was sitting. I'm like, where L'Oreal at? No, we ain't starting.
I was pissed. I was like, why are they on stage without
me? And I'm like, we not about to start.
How about me and L'Oreal went to this building? We thought Alton was in the building.
And I'm over there telling
we hear him yelling on stage.
Now we gonna take advantage of this moment. L'Oreal, get your behind on stage. We found out she was like, why they? We ain't starting. Don't play nothing. L'Oreal.
I had to hop the gate. They They started shit because I sat back down like I ain't going over there. And they like, but that's the thing too.
I knew my sister was like, why the hell are they up there without me?
Yeah, and that's exactly how I originally felt. But again, that's from me. Sometimes that PTSD will still kick in. Like, damn man, they trying to do something without, and it's like you got to check yourself. And that's why I got up. I'm like, he got them chanting, and I started laughing. So sometimes you got to check your people too. Y'all got to check each other, you know, but respectfully, like, because this is family at the end of the day. Like, I got to go, and let me tell you something. We are in a small room, many hours together, from the early hours. And who wakes up happy? Not most people at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to have that relationship within. And if it's not, get rid of the person and find someone else.
And the reason why I brought that up, because I knew the importance of us being here. And I'm like, we got to be on this stage. It's a bunch of people out here, and we need to be on this stage as much as we can. And we know how to entertain. One thing we know how to do is entertain.
We gonna have fun on the stage.
So we didn't fly up here just to get up here and then go sit back down. Nah.
Right. Yeah, but I had heels on, so I didn't need to sit a little bit.
Now the second.
Just a little bit.
No, after the second, I already knew I wasn't bringing her back up.
See what's happening
the second time we went up, I was like, when she came up and start singing Mary J. Blige. Okay, here go.
Listen.
What she got done? She went back there and go sit down.
I want to point something out really quickly because Alton said it and then it happened. Because matter of fact, Alton said it. Sometimes I'll just let them two go and y'all keep going back and forth. And I'm watching Swift. I know Swift is ready to ask the next question.
We don't care. We still talking about this. No.
But no, I just want y'all to know the importance of the team. That's all. My bad.
But no, on
Points
to
of
the
team.
next.
That's all I'm saying.
I want to talk to you because we was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and I'm sitting next to L'Oreal. We at these meetings, and all we do when we get together at the meetings, we laugh the entire meetings for the last couple years. And L'Oreal looked at me and was like, Swift, I'm about to go viral. Watch this. And she literally showed me a clip and was like, I just posted. They posted this, but I'm great post this, and I'm going to go viral. Watch what happens. And about 5 minutes later, you turned around and was like,
Yeah.
what I tell you is
That
5
was the-
sites on it.
What
It
clip
was
was
the
that?
Tamar interview that she did with Tamar.
Yeah.
You figure something out. Like, all of y'all have, but you figured something out. Okay, she's figured it out.
No, that's her. I always tell her, that's her lane
That's
right
her
there.
lane. That ain't my lane. Like,
Yeah.
You figure something out that makes people stop, watch, reshare, re-click. What is the method? What is the method to this madness? Because these are content creators. They're looking for moments to create to go viral. You've kind of almost mastered this because you know how to take an interview and you know what clips to post.
Yeah.
What's gonna make a person sit there and be like, ooh, this is good. Let me reshare it 20 times. What is your thought when you sit down with people for those moments?
I feel like it's a moment that makes me feel something. Like a truthful, really, really, really honest thing is that I put the Michael B. Jordan clip out. You know, everybody thought it was like him and his team. So when it was the corny kid and all that, if y'all seen that, went super viral. We put that clip out, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it didn't go the way I thought it was going to. I thought everybody was gonna be on my side. Because I know I ain't call him corny and none of that, you know? So I just figured like, oh, this about to be a huge moment, like, and now I'm gonna get him because I ain't never say it. I don't think nobody cared if I said it or not. Like, it's just, they turned it into a whole narrative. Like, she was bullying him throughout. And I'm like, wait a minute, where did they get this from? So it's a gift and a curse, right? Because I always know when a moment is a moment, but you don't never know which way that moment is gonna go. So I also had a Stacey Abrams moment where I was like, you know, a lot of black men didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Man, they dragged me for months. You hear me? Months. And guess what? I got an award from that episode. My first award that I ever gotten from any radio accomplishment. And I got dragged for months. It didn't feel good. I will say with a viral moment, you gotta be strong. Because all of those people that go viral, they either call me for a little assistance to get through the time, or they call me to threaten me. So you got to be strong enough to have that viral moment mentally because you're going to be getting attacked. During the Michael B. Jordan one, they was like, I hope you get raped, robbed. I hope your uncle died, writing into my mother crazy stuff. So it's a gift and a curse to go viral. But there's been many times that if I circulate it, that I'm like, yo, do I want to do this anymore? It's a fact because I can't explain to y'all. It will really put you in a dark, dark, dark place if you let it. But you have to remember, and this is what I do. I'm like, this is a job. My goal and whatever we're doing here is to make people feel something. It's to make people pay attention. It's to grab attention. And if it's this way, and it's not, I'm not gonna, what's the word? What's up with me and my words? I'm acting like Alton.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie, no.
Camaraderie.
I'm not gonna jeopardize like my morals for any of this stuff. But I have really great relationships and I know it's gonna go. So with the Tamar thing, we saw that Essence thing. It was everywhere. Tamar didn't want to talk about it. The Breakfast Club wanted her to come on there. She didn't want to talk about it. I talked her through certain things before I did the interview. And I was like, listen, I'm gonna ask you about this. She told me no to certain things. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it anyway, because this is my friend. I know we could take it out later. So when we sat down and did that interview, again, she didn't want to talk about Candy at all, but I thought she should address it. Again, went the wrong way because they started attacking her. And all she did was say she didn't want to beef with the girl, you know? But the way the internet is gonna take it, whatever narrative they have for you, they're gonna just keep going with it. So instead of them being like, L'Oreal wanted to clear this up and really piece up Candy and her, It was like, we knew she was messy. Look at her asking this messy stuff. And Tamar is a mean girl, and this is what she does. That's the narrative. But listen, if that's what's going to make you money, look at Ray J. And I'm not saying I agree with it, but he leans on, yeah, I'm gay. Forget it. Let me go act like I'm gay now if this is going to get me some views. Some people do that. I know people love the drama, and they love the drama when it comes to me. So bring it. And I'm not scared to ask anybody anything.
And she ain't scared, man.
Master P the other day, what he said.
Listen.
I thought we were friends.
Look, we be in there like, whoa.
Well, I do want to say this, though, and I think this is a very important part of what you
That'd be
said,
funny, though.
is the fact that once you put stuff out there in the world, you can't control how the energy comes back to you. You know what I mean? And whether your post is going viral or whether you say something on the radio or whether you do something on television, like, you can't control how people receive it and the energy they direct back to you. And I say that to say, like, the more you want to be in that space, the stronger you do have to be, because I don't know how L'Oreal dealt with all them death threats and stuff like that, but you know what I mean, just being in radio all this time, there's been people that have called, said crazy things to the radio station, put crazy comments under the post. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in fights, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, things happen because people know who you are, but you don't know who they are. You know what I mean? So when you're walking around and you're happy your post went viral with 1 million shares, but that's 1 million people that could run up on you. You know what I mean? You have no idea who they are. So I say that to say you have to be strong mentally, but it also makes you aware that you have to be aware physically of your surroundings as well when you're moving around.
I mean, look at, you about to talk about today?
No, I was just gonna say real quick, but she always go viral too because she knows her stuff. Like, y'all can't be interviewing people and you ain't do your research on them. That'd be the issue. Then you don't have nothing to talk about. So it'd be stuff that she know. I would have never, I'll be honest, she digs way deeper than me. You know what I'm saying? So she be knowing stuff. Like, I would have never asked about the Essence joint because I forgot about it.
Right.
But when she's over there doing her research, that's why even when she do the interview, I kind of be careful to stay out the way because I know she did way more research than me on this particular interview. So that's just, I want to throw that out there. Do your research.
You have to.
If you're going to interview somebody, don't go on there with surface questions. That's not going to go viral. Hey, so what do you want? How was you when you was a child? And now, unless they got something deep, but
and
otherwise,
not just the big moment that you feel like, because a lot of people ask that same thing because they think it's like, give me an artist right now. All right, Drake. So the first thing, which you said, who said Young Boy? Okay, so Young Boy. I like Young Boy because he just had a recent thing. Don't have Young Boy come in and be like, yeah, so you was going at it with your mama. You don't think everybody gonna talk about that?
Right.
Figure out something that is deeper than that. It might be still connected to that, but go deeper. Everybody is going to ask that. So sometimes I be like, we wasn't even gonna talk about that. I was about to ask them about something from 15 years ago. They about to be mad as hell. And I be knowing, so you gotta put it in a certain place. I'm not gonna lie, this is a trick for y'all that I am gonna give away. In interviews, right? When you have a person and you know you got a real tough question, you got to butter them up the first 20 minutes. Save that question for damn near the end, because if they walk out, it's over. Sierra did that to me. She still got a problem with me to this day.
No, I'm sorry. When I saw the video,
She walked out
she
the
was
interview.
saying, check please.
She was like,
What did y'all say? She wasn't even talking to nobody.
Nobody was even over there. I was
Right.
like, ooh. And she was like, and she got up and walked off, and I was like, thank God we got the interview. That was the last question anyway. You know, but it is doing the research, and I will say the longer you are in this, because in the beginning I just used to interview anybody, any given time, now I'm like, I'm very strict about that. I'm like, I need prep time. Like, don't bring nobody in there and just be like, we're interviewing them. Because guess what? If I say one thing wrong, they be like, she ain't even do no damn research. And it could just be that I didn't see the one video that came out today.
Right.
They will attack you. So I like to be prepared.
Okay, because I only got a couple more questions because I know y'all got to get to dinner and I want them to be able to get some pictures with you. So I want to ask a serious question before I get into a couple of funny questions. The content creators, the importance of understanding brands before going to just trying to present yourself. How important is that? I know we all in pitch decks every day, right? We got to go sit down with sales teams so they can go sell us to BMW or Nike or whoever how important is it for a person to understand the brand that they're trying to approach and making sure it meets who they are? Because it's things I've turned down because it don't align
yeah.
with my personal is more than the money, right?
Yeah, I think that goes back to what we said earlier about being authentic. You know what I mean? Like if you're a vegan, how you gonna be out here selling pork sandwiches? You understand what I'm saying?
I'm a pescatarian and I sell fried chicken. Yes, I will. Because guess what? I ate it at one point in time and it was delicious.
Right, but I mean, but if you felt convicted enough in something, I know there's things that you would not do. So branding, you know what I mean? For number one for yourself is what do I want people to associate with me when they think of my name? You know what I mean? And you want that to be important because you want that to align with who you are as a person. And then when you're taking that brand that you have created, how can it align with these things that I'm trying to interact with, sell with, get some motion with, and things of that nature? So it's top. I mean, it's top tier.
And sometimes, look, everybody that put in content, raise your hand. You put out content every day. Listen, if you want to work with a brand, give them an alley-oop. Sometimes if you just do something with that brand and just tag them, they be like, then now you're on their radar and mess around, your video go crazy.
Yes.
You don't think they gonna give you a brand deal?
Unless it's
Right.
Walmart.
I mean, well, Walmart was that, and we
That was crazy. We got
talked,
into
y'all,
it over
y'all
that.
saw that
Right.
what's going on with old boy and Walmart,
David
right?
Darling, yeah.
Yeah. Now I had my debate. We had our debate about that.
But I will say on the flip side, I've lost.
But you can lose brands too, yeah.
Yeah, I lost a brand opportunity over a joke. And it was old. So I would say this. If there's something that you know that you got that offends somebody and you could delete it or get rid of it, I would try to find it, try to get rid of it. The crazy thing is I would have never even thought that this would help me to lose a brand deal. But on lip service, I was joking with somebody and he was like, oh, I don't wear condoms. And I was like, yeah, who wears condoms anymore? But it was a literal joke. And then I had an opportunity to work with a safe sex. I'm not going to say the brand, but let's just say safe sex. And somebody dug that up at that company, child. Like, I'm talking about the papers was ready to go. Somebody dug that up at the company and they brought it up in a meeting. And I'm not going to lie, half the room was defending me like it was clearly a joke. And the other half of the room was like, we don't find it funny.
Yeah.
No, thank you. We don't want to work with you. And I lost a lot of money from that. So it's like, I know that's a little hard because who knows what's going to offend certain people. It'd be the stupidest thing. It's never what you think it's going to be. You know, but just try to be mindful when you're even doing content now or what you say. Look at Funky Doniva.
Yep. So I'm gonna hit y'all with some rapid fire questions real quick. I'm gonna start with a question from Jasmine.
Hey, real quick, who know how to do a pitch deck?
A pitch deck.
So y'all don't even know what that is, right? All right. Okay. I just wanted, because we were talking about brand deals. So if you don't know what a pitch deck, make sure you research it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, find somebody who know how to create pitch decks.
Yeah, you know who could do it? Chat GPT.
Facts.
ChatGPT can do it, but if you,
Facts.
they
It'll
can
help you.
It'll help you. But if you know somebody that can create a pitch deck, like if a brand come to you tomorrow, they're gonna say, "Oh, send us a deck." You be like, "Deck, Decatur." So
All right.
make sure you
Do
research that pitch
Chat
deck.
real quick because I'm gonna get y'all out of here in a couple minutes and let y'all do some pictures. First, rapid fire question. Who's been your favorite guest to interview on the Morning Hustle so far?
I always love Tank. I always love Tank because he tells everything. And I had a moment with him before the Morning Hustle where he said, if you know what, a thing one time, does that make you gay?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it was all because I just said, I was like, this man is a liar. And he was like, because he lied one time, that makes him a liar. If I drive a truck one time, that makes me a truck driver. If I suck does that make me gay? And we was like,
Yeah, bro. Terrible example. Kyle.
I haven't interviewed him since I've been with the Morning Hustle, but my favorite person to interview has probably been like Common. Common's super dope, super cool, down to earth dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you could talk, like if you're a hip hop historian and all of that, like I could have those kind of conversations with him. So haven't had him on the Morning Hustle since I've been on this show, but he's been my favorite interview.
All right, Alton. Who you got, Alton?
Man.
that's hard. We had some really
Yeah, it's hard. Shirley Caesar. No, let me stop.
Talk to your Shirley Caesar, man.
been there. Kurt Franklin about your clothes.
No, yeah, Kurt Franklin. Well, I was scared of Kurt Franklin. But anyway, dang, I'm just going to throw some. You know what? If we talking about fun, I'm going to throw out Stephanie Mills. I'm just
That
throwing
was
that.
Yeah, she
really
was dope.
fun.
I
Stephanie
mean, I'm
was
trying
dope.
to, because
Stephanie was
it
dope.
was a shocker to me. That's the only reason why Stephanie Mills stands out to me, because I didn't think she was going to be, who know, y'all probably know who Stephanie Mills is. She got I never knew love like this before.
Hey.
Now,
And the fact that we didn't know she was coming like that,
Yeah.
It shocked me, and I was like, oh.
She was ready to dance with us. She was talking crap about Oprah.
Yeah.
She was on one. Like, she
Yeah.
did not
She was on
care.
one.
She said
So-
Michael Jackson was her man.
Yeah,
back
she
She
then.
said that they bumped and grind, but she didn't want to tell us. Like, I did. I was like, how big was it? Like, was it?
All right.
You wouldn't answer that
Next question.
No, I ain't gonna say, oh, man.
one. When I asked Harriet if she went to the freak house with Carl Winslow,
All right.
Hilarious.
Y'all remember Family Matters, right? All right, listen, I gotta tell you. So, they know they had a Netflix movie with Harriet from Family Matters. And she came in, you remember Carl Winslow, they had this whole thing that he went to Diddy party. She asked that woman, did you go? And I cringed so hard. I'm talking about, I was like, oh.
loved
But
that
she loved the question.
question.
I was like, yo, oh, okay.
she was like, you have to be. See, I like older celebrities because they get it. And they're like, she's like, listen, you got to be prepared for anything
Yeah.
that you're asked. I can either not answer it
Yeah.
or I can answer it. She's like, being mad at you, it doesn't make
For a
sense. You're
question is
doing your
crazy.
job.
Right.
Next question, and y'all can answer this probably at the same time when I ask it. Who is most likely to completely go off script on the show?
We don't have a script.
I mean, there's no script, but who
Alton.
goes off?
He first of all, we'll be
don't
talking
know.
about a certain topic, and Alton will just be making up his own topic.
I witnessed that this
I think it
morning.
could be between either one of them, I think.
No, it's definitely
It could be either
Alton.
one.
It's 1,000% Alton.
You know, because like they starting to realize like how my mind work.
No,
Because
we're
L'Oreal, I still don't figure. Because L'Oreal be like, I don't even know why you think that's funny. I'll be like, man,
I
I'm
get
sorry.
mad sometimes. I'm like, why are you laughing? And like it'll literally go, but it's good because it's like even though he's older than me, he's like my annoying little brother, and that's kind of his role.
Hilarious.
So it's like it still plays into what we're doing on
And
the
I
show,
push
no
it
matter
too.
what.
I push it till they get it. I keep on saying the joke. Like 3 breaks later, I bring that joke right back
It's
up.
like, we'll be talking about something serious, and the person will be like, "Hi, I'm Gertrude calling from Gertrude, you know they don't make no Gertrudes no more." And I'm like,
You know they don't make no Gertrudes no more. It's
What's the funny
hilarious.
part of though? Because you know we have dark moments. We have like stories that are dark, like sad, and somehow I find that line, and they be like, "Oh, we can't."
that's it. Or
That's
I'll
it.
say something and you don't want to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, he made me so mad the other day. We had a cash grab caller and he had an accent. So every time the man would talk, he'd be like, "What are you saying? I don't understand. What are you saying? I don't understand." Why? And he would mock him. So,
Okay.
So I got
It was
mad.
funny to me. I
But
thought it was
look,
funny.
I called him racist, right? I was like, Alton, you're racist. So then we went to go through the questions, and I was like, you got this wrong. I was like, you heard what I said? He didn't say anything. I said, okay.
Okay.
Because that was his thing. He said, okay, every like 5,000 times, okay. And I just kept on
So
while he
it
was doing the
rubbed
camera.
off on me. He
Let's
made me
get back to his rapid
Oh, my
fire
bad, man.
questions.
It's like
please.
now what we
See,
just said.
yeah.
See what
That's
What
what
we
we so y'all can
saying?
see. Like Cal keep
It's not
us.
just me and
Rapid
Alton.
fire
He
is what
keep
that
us
is.
going, 'cause we'll
Rapid
keep going.
fire.
Last question, and we'll wrap it up. What advice could you give some of these creators out here as they move forward with their brands, they move forward with becoming a business, because each one of them is a business officially. What advice could you give them?
Everybody says this, and I know it might sound generic, but it's the best advice I could give. Be consistent. Even when you don't want to post, you got to figure something out to post. You have to. And there's many a times, even with me, right now I should have been started something, but I ain't started because I'm like, the wall don't look right. I gained 10 pounds. I always got an excuse, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm starting to get tired of my own damn excuses. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. It doesn't matter if you're in the bathroom. Consistently post that in the bathroom. At the same time, make a schedule. Just like how we on air every day, 6 to 10, people don't listen every single morning. They don't. But they know when they go from 6 to 10, I'm going to be on in that car. So if it's Wednesdays at 3 when you post, I don't care if you're on vacation. Sorry to say, if somebody died, Wednesday at 3 you post. So if that means you have to do it in advance, you're going to schedule it. If you need your friend to post it for you, the one day you miss, you got to start over.
I will add to that and say 2 things, actually. One, you're kind of doing it already because you're here, but continue to put yourself into spaces with the people that are doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? And I'll just use this quick example. There was a time in radio, there's these radio conferences. One's called the Morning Show Boot Camp. And, you know, way back in the early 2000s, my company sent our show to the morning show boot camp. Following year, they were like, nah, we can't afford to send y'all. So I was like, well, I ain't going. Y'all ain't paying for it. That was the dumbest thing I could have ever said in my life. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm like, you know what? Why am I relying on them to put me in the space I want to be in? So when I started putting myself in that space, I started learning and gathering other relationships from people in this industry. So now I didn't get trapped in that one space I was in. My network expanded, but I had to take it upon myself to put myself in that space. So go out there and put yourself in the spaces that you want to be. And on top of that, make sure you talk to everybody. Don't be one of those people that's like, I ain't talking to people. We get in our boxes. You know what I mean? And we cut ourselves off from other people. But get out there, talk to people, and see what you can learn from each other and put yourself in the right spaces.
Don't just talk to them, though. Stay connected. This is my
Facts.
problem.
Me too.
I'll meet the person,
Facts.
and I'll introduce them to somebody else. Now they doing something together, and
Yep.
I got a bigger platform, and I ain't doing
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
And it's because I didn't stay in contact with them. Like,
Facts.
and I'm like, well, it's because I'm too busy. Is it? Well, I didn't want that opportunity, because if I did, what you do with a plant? What you got to do to it? Water it.
Right.
You got to water that relationship.
That's a
it's
fact.
the same thing. They're gonna look out for you, and don't just look at somebody like, oh, they the president, so let me be cool with them. People could smell that too.
You do gotta, and I'm really quick, I know Alton gotta go. This is a perfect example, right? 2010, J. Cole he's coming up in his mixtape career, all that kind of stuff, right? I host a show with him in my school gymnasium in front of 500 kids. I'm the host of the show. After the show, we all exchange numbers. I got J. Cole's number in my phone. I never call that man. I'm not bothering that man. Now he is who he is, and my son is like, his biggest dream is to meet J. Cole. I'm like, damn, I can't call him 30 years later. You know what I mean? I never, in my mind, I was like, I ain't bothering that man. They trying to do his thing, but that was really the wrong mentality. The real mentality is, yo, what's good? How can I help you? What you got going on? Okay, how can we support? And then you build that, you know what I mean,
Sometimes you
relationship.
got to be annoying, because the people that,
Facts.
like, in a good way. In a good way. Don't get people not to like you. But sometimes people are busy. There's people that I want to do work with right now that have probably hit me up a week ago, and I forgot to hit them back because 17 more people asked me to do something else in between.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you got to hit somebody twice, hit them 4 times.
For sure.
Alton, you got one?
I'm gonna give y'all 3 books real quick. Write them down. The first one, The Alchemist. If you never read it, it's a good book. God dog it now.
Now you see, this is what happens when y'all don't go to class.
ALCHEMIST. Alchemist. Reason why I said that book, I give you because it just talks about everything you need or want is right in front of you right now. So it's about this dude. He go on this big journey, and everything that he was looking for, he already had it. So whatever you're looking for is in your hand. God has already placed it in you. Stop looking outside of you to try to figure this thing out.
Can the church say amen?
Second book is, I've just started this book, the Celestine Prophecy. I just started it, but it's already good. This dude on the journey to find his manuscript, but he's on his journey, he's getting everything he needs. Like, he's just staying present. That's why I get nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. It's called the Celestine or the Celestine Prophecy. Third book is Contagious. Get that book. It talks about why things catch on. Those 3 books, I promise you, read those books, man. They'll help you with your journey. But again, stay present. Take every opportunity serious. Don't overlook anything. The person next to you can be your next $1 million idea. So while you over here trying to, network with us, but the person next to you that you haven't even met yet in this room could be your next $1 million contract, just with one idea.
Y'all should be linking up with each other, for sure.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
That's exactly how you get to the top.
And that's why we did this. Like, we wanted to make sure that y'all can link with each other, and not just y'all, for us to be able to link with y'all. I'm here every day. I see most of y'all at a restaurant, a club, or somewhere, and there's no reason for us not to have a relationship, because I might be able to use you for something. I know Charles and Michael, y'all do food. I might need y'all to come on the show one day.
What you both us to eat? I thought Alton gave y'all chips.
But nah, and that's what this is about, and we will be doing more of these things. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for pulling up, popping out, being a part of this as we create this. So make some noise for yourself, and thank you for participating in the Creator Summit. So I'm gonna let y'all take some pictures, and then we gotta.
You did amazing.
Good job,
I
man.
taught you well.
You did. Okay, so that's it. B Swift Guys Guide is a wrap powered by Eskenazi Health. We appreciate you guys for checking out this episode. Make sure you bookmark it. Make sure you tell your friends to follow us on YouTube so they don't miss a Guys Guide at all. And again, I hope you learned from the Creator Summit that we did with L'Oreal, with Alton, and with Kyle Santillian from the Morning Hustle. Hopefully you was able to take a couple gems for yourself. Anyway, we'll see you on the next episode of B Swift's Guys Guide, powered by Eskenazi Health.